welcome to tea time. I don't have tea with me because I am out in the highlands of Iceland. I do have a waterfall, however. So for now, the waterfall has to be better than tea. I was out helping gather the sheep with my hosts and watching the dog work and bringing them in from the hills. It was pretty amazing. And as we were gathering the sheep, I found this amazing spot, and I thought I'd share the view with you. I am on the northeast side of Iceland right now. There's my waterfall. Yes, my teeth are blue. There's blueberries all over the hillside, so I've been eating blueberries as I walk. It's kind of awesome. So today, I hope you can hear me with the wind. It was too beautiful to pass this up, so here I am. Today I wanted to talk about focus versus distraction. I just got done with teaching clinics in Germany and Poland and the Netherlands, and then I'm here in Iceland for a couple of days before I head home. As most of you guys know, it's been a really challenging year and a half for me. And I've tried to stay focused. I've tried to keep doing my work. And sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's just really hard. And this is one of those times where I get to use my horse training on myself. So that means that one of the theories I've been teaching a lot is this idea of paying attention. Hey Joe, nice to see you. Paying attention to distraction versus focus. So as you guys know, a lot of times I really encourage people to think, is this getting better or is this getting worse? From an emotional standpoint. So when we think about how are our horses feeling, are our horses feeling like they can handle life? When they feel like they can handle life, they include others. They look out for others. That's their natural way of being. They're herd creatures. And when they're feeling overwhelmed, when they can't handle their emotions, they start only looking out for themselves. When this happens, they don't feel good. They don't feel good inside themselves, and they don't know how to make it better. So they end up using fight and flight defenses. This has been a concept that I've been teaching people to be aware of. If you know that horses are feeling overwhelmed, their emotions are getting out of control, that's when they need some distraction. And distraction can come in many forms. And I'm not talking about forced distraction. It can be as gentle and kind and soft as you want. But when you distract a horse from the way they feel, it helps them regulate. And I think that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm in Iceland. I'm enjoying incredible scenery. We went out and rode some horses today. I'm soaking in the ability to use my senses in different ways, in different places, and just regulate a little bit. Instead of getting lost in my sadness or my grief over everything that's happened in the last year and a half, I give myself time to be distracted. And I think this is a grace we can really extend to our horses as well. When they are feeling overwhelmed, a little bit of distraction is really going to help them feel like you understand. And when you give your horses a little bit of distraction when they're emotionally overwhelmed, it helps them regulate. And when they regulate, then they can come back into their body. They can be aware of their surroundings, aware of their friends, aware of their partnerships. So what I teach in my clinics, what I teach in my online course, what I share in my Patreon group is this idea that we can read the probable future. We don't have to be perfect. But if we can read the probable future and we know the emotional system is getting overwhelmed, then we can make an effort to be gently distracting. When we are gently distracting to the horses, they feel like we understand their emotional state. And this is really valuable for them to feel like they're not alone, they have a friend, they have a partner, and then as their system starts to regulate, we can really help them focus. So focus is the ability to notice something, solve problems, ask questions, learn about it. All these things are really good if the emotional system is not overwhelmed. But when the emotional system gets overwhelmed, it can't learn anymore. It can't do more things when it's overwhelmed. And I used to feel like being distracted in those moments was like giving up. It was perhaps like not trying hard enough, not working hard enough. And I don't think that anymore. So whether you are distracting your horse by stroking their neck or distracting them by walking around the space and showing them an example of curiosity, or distracting them by singing a song, these distractions help the horse feel like they don't have to become hyper-focused on the overwhelmed feelings of the nervous system, the self-defense reactions of fight or flight. And knowing how to use distraction in reasonable doses. Here's one of the things that I think is important. When we use distraction, we have to realize that sometime after distraction, the horse might be able to focus again for a period of time, but then they're going to need rest. And if you can give them a little rest, then when they wake up again, they'll be able to focus more. And it's this balance between focus and rest that means they don't need distraction from life. I'm working on that for myself as well. So right now, I'm sharing with you a waterfall in Iceland because why not? I'm here. The hillsides are covered in blueberries right now. I am up high above the Atlantic Ocean, and this is my momentary distraction. So thank you to everybody on this last teaching trip who helped distract me, who helped me regulate my nervous system, who helped me feel better in my skin, who helped me use my 5 senses. This has been really, really helpful for me. And yeah, exactly, Irene. I'm taking in the scenery. I'm replenishing my stores. And in a couple of days, I'll be home with my herd again. And hopefully, I'll have taken enough time, enough distraction, enough rest to really feel like I connect with everybody and I've reset my nervous system so that I can be present with my horses when I get home. That I can really dial up the focus and I can really help them learn things and be inquisitive and be aware and alive and engaged and learning. I know I'm saying learning a lot. Obviously, it's important to me. But there will be small moments of emotional regulation where we use distraction. And thank you, Julia. It's wonderful to see you again, too. If only in type. I'm only doing tea times once a month now. I needed to back off the intensity of my schedule a little bit. Thank you, everyone, for understanding. I do have a freedom-based learning salon that'll be happening next Tuesday. So if you'd like to join in that, we're going to have an hour-long discussion about a topic we've yet to decide. It'll be on my Patreon group. I will post soon so that we can decide on the topic. And that's going to be a little bit like tea time, but more. So my plan from here on out is I'm going to do tea time once a month. I'm going to do my freedom-based learning salons once a month. If you want to see more of me, join me in the Patreon group. Come to my clinics. I've got a lot of them coming up. And I'm just going to leave you with this thought of, if your horse is feeling emotionally dysregulated, find ways to distract them. Allow them to take a break from thinking about themselves. Allow them to take a break from being stuck in that hole of self-defense. Then when they come out of it, they're able to use their 5 senses again. They're able to be curious and engaged. Allow them to get some rest. And then out of that rest, they'll be able to do more and more focus. That's what we want in the horse training. We want to engage the curiosity and the focus and the learning, but the other parts are important too. And maybe that goes for us humans as well as the horses. So thank you guys for joining me for tea time today. This will be there in recording for those of you who didn't make it live. I hope I see a few of you guys in the Learning Salon next Tuesday. And let me know if there's any topics that you'd love to see either in tea time or in a more engaged learning salon. Laurent says, distraction for the horse who lives in the moment and enjoying the beauty of the little things around us is also a distraction to enjoy life. Take care. Thank you, Laurent. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I am going to go head down the mountain before it gets too dark here. And I will either see you next week or I'll see you again in October.